Hi guys, all of you, good morning. Guys, in yesterday's session, we have discussed about that what is stash. So in which cases we can use that Git stash. If we try to switch one branch to another branch, so what kind of issues we will get and how we can switch forcefully from one branch to another branch. If we switch forcefully from one branch to another branch, what will happen? Okay, we saw that practically. And so why we are not going to committing that an incomplete or partial coding and partial code, why don't we commit that? If we commit, what will happen? We saw that practically. We have integrated to CI/CD tool also. We have integrated CI/CD tool. So what we did is just we have sent the code from local to the GitHub repository. From there we have integrated CI/CD tool. We saw that. Okay. Now, yesterday's class is very important for stash. In which cases we are using? What is the purpose of stash? Okay, we have discussed. That's very important. Now, we are continuing with the yesterday's class in part 2. Yes, in yesterday's class, what we have discussed. So, what is the command to see the list of stash IDs in the stash memory? Git stash list. Git stash list. This command used for to list all stash IDs in the stash memory or stash storage. Okay. Yes. Next one. Yes. This command used for to send the files from working tree to stash memory. Next, Git stash show stash ID. This command used for to see the files in stash ID, particular stash ID. Next, Git stash pop. This command used for to call back from stash memory to working tree. Okay. Note, above command works like okay. LIFO method. Yes. last in, first out. Okay, last in, first out. So last in, first out. Last in, first out. In which cases we can see? And which cases really and real time, real world? In which cases we can see? Yes. For example, see this. See, just imagine it. It's like one small, it says one cinema theater. Imagine it. It's one cinema theater. Now, this is the entry. This is the entry from booking counter to see. Okay. This is the theater. Who are having the ticket, they should enter into the theater. Okay. Now the persons are, yes, first person, second person, third person, like this. Okay. Who is the first person here? He is the first person. First in. First in. Who is the last person? Last in. Last in, last out. Last in, last out. Last out means he entered into the last into theater. First in, first out. First in, first out. Imagine it. Maybe the cinema will start at 11:30. Cinema start at 11:30. So the booking starts at 11 o'clock. Imagine it. Okay. Maybe today, okay, due to some reasons, cinema is not. They are not playing cinema due to some maintenance or technical issue or something. They are announcing. Today, no cinema. Okay, we are not playing. Okay, please go back. Already they are in the queue. When they have to start the booking count, at the time they are saying that. Okay, actually what is the time? 11 o'clock booking start. That time already in the queue. Yes, the persons are coming, the management coming to announcing to public. Okay, sorry, we don't have the cinema today due to some technical reasons. Please, you can go back. See, there is no entry here. There is no entry. So what they have? So they want to turn this side, left. Now, who is in the last? Who is in the last? This person in the last. Last in, first out. Last in, first out. The same method it will work in the stash memory. The default. Got it now? Last in, first out. Next, say like this. Okay. Yes or no? This is the process. It will execute like this. Now, last in, first out, and first in, first out. This method is not available. This method not available. First in, first out method not available. Okay. First in. If we want to come out from the queue, stack. It's calling as a stack. It's calling as a stack. For example, first in, first out. Where we can see if it is working fine, that first in, first out. You got it now. But in our case, in our practical, in this stash memory, there is no option first in, first out method. Okay. So only one entry. For example, our institute. No second door. Okay. Right now we are here. So there is no forward direction. Only we are having reverse direction. Once the class is over, if we want to exit from this institute, what we have to? The same door we need to use. So we are going back. Yes or no? Same like that here also in the stash memory. But in some cases, for example, this one. Okay. Maybe here only half an hour or 15 minutes is something. Maybe sometimes here also, okay, all of a sudden we'll get some issues. Just imagine it. If you go to Tirumala or some biggest temples. Okay. So how much the queue? 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers queue. Okay. Who is the first person? We don't know where is he. Who is the last person? We don't know. But just imagine it, we are in the middle. All of a sudden, maybe who is in the middle of the person, he is getting some issues, health issues or some personals. Okay. Now he want to exit. Is it possible to go back? See, he is the person right now. He is getting some issues. See, if you want to come out, there are two options, reverse or forward. Okay. Yes. If we want to forward, yes, these persons want to move. Yes or no? But there is no chance. Yes, if you want to go back, reverse, yes, these persons want to come out. Then only this person can. Yes or no? This is also not possible. They should not accept. Okay. But in this case, how we can? It's important, no? Without an emergency exit, okay, what will happen? Okay, now. So emergency exit is very important. That's calling as a custom exit. Yes, the stash memory providing that option. Whenever you want the particular, for example, stash ID 1, stash ID 2, stash ID 3, stash ID 4, like that. Okay. Yes. Here we are having the command git stash pop. This command will work on particular the default one. This command goes to okay. Now whenever we apply the command, okay, in the stash memory, okay, in the stash memory, if the IDs are there, yes, it will come out. Now it comes into the working tree. Next, once again, if you apply the command, yes, what will happen? Yes, directly by default it concentrate on last in. Now this is the last in. This is the latest one. Yes, it will come out. Once again, if you apply this one, yes, it will work on that. It should not go. It should not move to okay before to last one. Okay. Yes. Like this. If you want to apply this one, if I want to bring back on particular this one, what we have to do? How many times we want to apply? Git stash pop, and fourth time we need to apply. But my intention, my requirement, I want to put into this, I want to put into the working tree, remaining whatever we are having, these all are, I want to continue in the stash memory. Yes, if we pull out or if we pop out, what will happen? This all are comes into the working tree. But here, keep in mind, so whenever you are going to sending to stash memory, this is one file. These all are the files. Okay. These all are the files in the stash memory. See, file 1, file 2, not stash memory in the working tree. These are the working tree. In the staging, now these are the working tree. These are the working directory. In the working directory, these are the untracked list. These are the untracked files. Okay, these two are the untracked files. So these all are the all stashed, staged files, and these are the working directory. Two files are the modified files, and two files are the deleted files, and these all are the stashed files. Now in this case, if we apply the git stash, git stash, if we apply the command git stash command, yes, these all files are eligible. Which files are in staging? These all files moves to staging along with the working directory, modified and deleted files. These all files except untracked files moves to stash memory. Stash memory. So now what we did? So we have applied and we have sent to stash memory. After that, after some time, I have added these two files. After that, I have added these two files. Now I am sending into second batch. Batch 1 over. So this one is the batch 1. Okay, first time I have applied the git stash. So whatever the files are eligible for stash memory, they are all have moved to stash memory. Now second time, again I am applying that git stash. I am applying that git stash along with some other files. Along with some other files. See guys. So first time, keep in mind, now one example, real example. Now almost in online also some people are here and offline also. Okay, total 2 plus almost 10 guys. Now 10 members in the class right now. So now I am saying that this is one batch, 7 a.m. batch. 7 a.m. batch. So maybe after that, after 9 o'clock, I have that one more batch in the same classroom, same trainer. So I have one more batch. But first batch and second batch both are different. First batch and second batch both are different. But maybe in second batch, first batch students also there. Maybe second batch students also in the first batch. But all are not same. First batch and second batch both are not equal. Okay. But are there changes or not? Are there changes or not? Yes, we are having changes. So keep in mind, whenever we are sending, whenever we apply the git stash command, for that time, how many files are eligible for move to stash memory, those files only will move. And this all files moves into one single batch. Got it now? All files moves into single batch, single ID. So whenever we are going to committing files, whenever we are going to committing files, for that time how many files are ready to move in the committing while applying that git commit -m, these all files will commit by one single id. Same like that here also. Same like that here also. Okay. So each batch moves on one single stash id. Now what I am doing that, see, this is the first, and this is the second. Now if we see that git stash list, we can see stash id 0, stash id 1. Okay, stash id 1, stash id 0, total 2 IDs. Now if we apply that git stash pop first time, it will come out. Again git stash pop, this also will come out. These files and these files moves into working tree. Now imagine it. Now all are in. Now this all files in working tree. Okay. Now I have applied that git status command. Git status. Now if I apply that, so I am seeing that list of files. So what is the reason for seeing this much of files? Because we have applied the 2 times git stash pop, git stash pop. Now all are in working tree. Now in this case, now, so what I am doing that, now I am applying that git stash. What will happen? Yes, priorly we are having 2 stash IDs. Okay, 2 stash IDs files we merged into one single. We popped out 2 times and we kept in working tree. Now all files are in working tree. Now if we apply this stash command, so whatever we are having files in working tree, these all files moves to stash memory. Now if we apply that git stash list, we can see 1 stash id. If it is first time, we can see 1 stash id. But initially 2 stash IDs. Okay. But so my intention, I planned for 2 stash IDs, because so I have that different requirement with 1 stash ID. Due to some reasons, I want to pop out this one. So that reason I have applied that git stash pop. Again a git stash pop. What will happen? These 2 will come out into the working tree. Okay. Now I am applying that is the 3rd time git stash pop. Yes. Now I have requirement with this one. And every stash ID, I have one clear idea, clear requirement. Okay. So I grouped separately each and every stash ID. Now these 2 are merged into single list. Now if I apply that git stash command, what will happen? This all files moves into single stash ID. But so whatever I have planned that, right now I am in confusion. Because these 2 stashed files moves into one single stash ID. Is this problem or not? So that reason what we are doing that. So what we are doing, if you have any kind of issue like that, so you can pop out on particular stash ID. Each and every stash ID having one particular number. But keep in mind, this Git Bash developed by C programming language. This Git developed by C programming language. Got it now? The C programming language having memory. The C programming language having memories. Even the C having that, C++ having, and Java also having. Java also having. Thus calling as a array list. In Java we are calling as a array list. Okay, in Python we are calling as a list. In Python we are calling list. In Java we are calling array list. In C++ we are calling arrays. Okay. So array, what is the structure of array? For example, see here, just imagine it, very simple, very natural example. Now we are the beings, human beings, and whatever we are having belongs here, things are here. That is the item, that is the value. We are also one value. In the earth is the memory. You got it now? Earth is the memory. On the earth, whatever we are having, mobile or immobile, okay, these are the things. These are the things. Even the movable items also having particular memory and particular time and timing. Right now, I am here. I should have one memory location if I want to stay. Got it now? Yes, immobile, mutable or immutable. These all are the immutable. Okay, immutable items are also having one particular memory. Otherwise, we can't find that. We can't say that particular exact time at the exact place. The exact place calling as a memory location. Okay, so these are the memory locations. These are the memory locations. The Git also having memory locations. The stash having memory locations. Yes, it starts from 0. It starts from 0. First time. Okay. Yes, just wait. So first, whenever you are going to, so this is the 0 memory. This is the 0 memory, 0 location. 0 location. If you observe that Linux also completely developed by C programming language. Init 0 to shut down. What is the root user ID? 0. Root user ID also 0. Got it now? See, I think we are seeing third time. This Git also developed by C programming language, so that the same structure works here also. Whenever we are going to discussing about memories, okay, it's in Linux or Git. So always it starts from that memory, starts from 0. Here also 0. Got it now? 0. First time it is 0. So inside this 0, we are having one value. We are having value. Yes, value is, for example, 50. In the 0 memory, we are having 50 or 5 files. Just imagine it. If you are going to discussing about stash memory, so here we are having 4 files. Imagine it. This is one example. But where these 4 files are storing? In the 0 stash memory, 0. Stash memory, 0. Now, coming to practically, I'll show you that. You got it now? Yes, Git status. See, we are having only file. Next, Git stash list. Nothing here. Nothing. Okay, we don't have any kind of files in the stash memory. directly we can't see the name of the files in the stash memory. Even if you have that only one single file, it stores into in a stash ID format. Stash memory will create one block. Stash memory will create one block. Inside that block, files are placing. You got it now? Files are moving into one stash block. That blocks are storing in stash memory. Okay, now what I'm doing that? Now I'm sending to yes, keep in mind. Just let me show you practically. Yes, a touch. Yes, before that, a touch. Git status. Now see. These are the files. These are the files. Okay. So here we are having two types of commands, one normal and one special. By default, git stash list. Here we don't have. Okay. Yes, git stash. This is the normal command, default command. For this command, which files are eligible to move stash memory? Only those files only move. Okay. Those files only move. Now just I'm applying the command. For this time, imagine it. For this time we are having untracked files and modified files in working directory. We don't have any single file in stash. So sorry, staging. You got it now. Now git status. It's mean for this command, which files are eligible? Modify, of course. We saw that only modified. For this time we are having only modified files. For this time, if the working tree having deleted files along with modified in working directory. If in case for this time, if the working directory having modified and deleted files, those two files are also eligible. Which files? Deleted files also. Right now modified files are eligible. Okay, but for that time we don't have that deleted files. So that reason we are in little bit confusion. I am saying that for this time if the files are eligible, files are available, but deleted files also available in the working directory, those files also eligible to move stash memory. At the same time, for this time, if the staging also having files, for this time, if the staging also having files, in staging area, what kind of files we can? Modified files, deleted files, new files. So for this time, whenever you are applying that git stash command, for the time, how many files are in staging area? These all files eligible to move stash memory. I am not going to specify only deleted, modified, and new files. So whatever the files are in staging area, these all files are eligible to move stash memory. At the same time, which files are in working directory as a modified and deleted, along with untracked? Out of these 6 type files, only eligible from the working directory modified and deleted, and along with all staged files. It means simply except untracked files moves to staging. Okay, but for the time we don't have that. See, now untracked files are not okay, they haven't moved to stash memory. Still we are seeing that. Okay, if you have any doubt, if I want to send these files also to stash memory, yes we can, but we need to apply one separate option. We need to apply option command, then we will see that. Now yes, git stash list. See, what is the file? What is the file we have sent to? Yes, some.java we have some.java file inside stash memory right now, but here we are not seeing that the particular one. Now, so what I am doing that This is the latest one. This is the latest one. Already I told that the memory starts from 0 here also. Now, so now what I'm doing that, I'm going to inserting okay. Now this is the memory 0 na, 0 memory. Now here 4 files we are having. Okay, 4 files we are having. Now imagine, okay, not 4 files. We'll see that practically only 1 file. At present we are having only 1 file in the stash memory 0 sum.java. Now, so what I am doing that, git add 44 git status. Already I told what happened. Okay, yes, git status. See. Okay, and let me cat double greater than file2. I am writing something. Yes, we have modified git status. So file modify. Okay, next ll rm file name file1 git status file deleted. Okay, ll cat double greater than prime.java. Okay, yes, this is also comment. Maybe we are having some program or something. Okay, whatever it may be. Yes, now git status. Now git add prime.java only git status. See, modify. Okay. Now working directory. Working directory having 3 types of files: modified, deleted, untracked files. Now the staging having 2 types. Imagine it, deleted file also is there. Deleted file also is there. Now in this case, already in the stash memory, one ID is there. One ID is there. That ID may be or may not be. We don't know that, but it's having some files. Without files, stash memory will not create or should not create a stash IDs. Got it now? Yes. Now git stash. I am applying this one. Now you can see that git status. Already I told that all stashed files, all staged files moves into stash along with working directory modified and deleted. Working directory modified and deleted. Now you can see that git stash list 0 and 1. And keep in mind, now if you come to see, persons are here. Persons are here. This is the memory. This is the memory. Now they are entering into the memory. The first person is entering. What is the number of? 0. In real world, we are starting from 1. Imagine it. We are starting here also 0. He is the 0 first person. He is entered into the memory. Just he is forwarding little bit. One more person entering. Now you tell me. 1. But keep in mind, git stash memory calculate. The memory is calculate. This is the 0. This is the 0. Initially this is the 0. Okay. Whenever we are pushing in stash memory, the 0 becomes 1. 0 becomes 1. Okay, always the first one, last in, last one, the last one who are entering into the last level, that always 0. Now this is the 0. Okay, now once again the persons are moving inside. Now it's a once upon a time it was a 0. After that it became 1. Now one more person entering into the memory. Now 2, 1 becomes 2, 0 becomes 1, always 0. This is the latest one. This is the latest one. You got it now? The same time, when we are calling back, okay, when we are calling back, see, same. Okay, when we are popping out, so first time when it's entered into the 0, first it entered into stash memory as a 0. So after that it became 1, after that it became 2. Now it's the stash ID 2, stash ID 1, stash ID 0. When we apply stash pop, first of all it will come out 0. Now it came out. Again the memory. Now it's a 0 becomes 1. Now where is this file? 0 becomes 1 and 0 memory. Now if we apply this one, so already we are having that. See, inside this stash. Now you can check that. If we want to see what are the files inside the stash ID, git stash show stash 1. If we want to see that, only one file. Some .java. Already I told that now. Initially it was a file. It is a file once when it was entered into the stash memory. It's entered into stash memory as a 0 stash ID. Now its ID is 1. In the ID we are having only one file with 2 insertions. Now again if you want to see that 0, you can see. You got it now? See, 3 4 4 5 4 5 file 2 file 1 prime.java. So for that time, whatever we are having, see, these all files are in stash memory, and this total 5 files. You can see here 3 4 5 files. Got it now? Now this latest one here, how many files? Total 5 files. You got it now? Now once again, so what I'm doing that, yes, git status, git stash. If we want to send the untracked files also into the stash memory, if you want to send untracked files also into the stash memory, yes, git stash -u, git status, nothing to commit, working tree clean, nothing to commit, working tree clean. And so I told you that, and we are discussing what is the purpose of stash memory and which cases we are using stash memory. Whenever you are not able to switch one branch to another branch, okay, you are not able to switching one branch to another branch, or else if you are switching forcefully with losing data. Yes, you need not to commit, you need not to lose your data. Okay, you need not to lose your data, you need not to commit that. So at that time you can use this stash memory. So now the stash memory is empty. Stash memory is empty. Now if you apply that git stash list, spelling mistake. Now the latest one, this is the latest one. These files are in 0 right now. These files are in the stash memory 0, but untracked files, whatever we have sent to stash memory on untracked files, those untracked files names we can't see that. Just we can see that stash ID only. If we try to open that git stash show stash 0, see 0 is there, but it's not showing. But inside that 0 we are having files. We are having files inside that 0 ID. For example, cat double greater than hello Ravi. Okay. Git status, git stash, git stash -u. So we are having content also now. Cat hello Ravi. See, we are having content. Okay. Next, git stash, no local changes to save, but git status, see, we are having. So git stash by normally, a normal method, a normal git stash command won't accept or it not considering untracked files. Okay, what is that? Special files. Okay, untracked files are not eligible to move stash memory by applying that git stash, but we need to apply the special command git stash -u. Okay, now git stash list. Now see, now you can ask that git stash show stash 0. This is the latest one now. See, even we are having content. Yes or no? But it's not accepting untracked files. We can move the untracked files also into stash memory, but once we move into stash memory, we can't see whatever we are having file names inside the stash ID. When we can see, we need to pop out that. Then only we can see whatever the files are inside the stash memory. You got it, my point? Now, if we apply this one, now see, we are having 4 stash IDs from 1 to 0 to 3, total 4 IDs. Now, what will happen? See, this 1 becomes 3, 1 becomes 3, that 0 becomes 2, latest one. This is the very latest one. So maybe files are different. Here I think we are having one file, hello Ravi. Okay, next after that, here we are having 2 files, I think. Yes, next here we are having 5 files. Next here we are having only one. What is that? I think sum.java or prime sum.java, one file. Now, if we want to call back to working tree, yes, you can apply that git stash Yes, we need to apply what is the command? Git stash pop. So if we apply the git stash pop, yes, we don't know which ID will come. By default, initially we don't know which ID will come from the stash memory to working tree. Just we have that there is a command. There is a command. That command is git stash pop. Okay, we are learning right now. We don't know how to move the files into stash memory initially. We learned that if we want to move the stash memory, yes, we need to apply git stash command. But initially we don't know how to pop out, how to pull back, call back to working tree from stash memory to working tree. Yes, there is a command. Yes, we have applied that. So on which ID it will applicable? Yes, the command goes to bring the files from the stash memory ID 0. ID 0. Whenever we apply this one, by default it moves into the command goes to stash memory 0 location, 0 stash ID. First of all, the command enter into the stash memory. So wherever the 0 ID is there, it will take and pick out into and place into working directory. Okay, now automatically 0 came out. Now 0 becoming 0, always 0. Okay, now this was deleted. Now this was deleted. Which one? Yes. Now again it's 0, 2 becomes 1, 3 becomes 2, like this. But of course, whatever we are having files inside this, so here only one file, and here again we are having 5 files. Okay, and maybe here also 2 files. Okay, like this. You got it now? The stash memory works like that. First in, last out. First in. Now, if you apply that git stash pop, this is the first in. It will last out. Okay, last in, first out. You saw that now? See, like this. This is the process. You got it now? Clear? Now, let me show you that. Yes, git stash list, git status, nothing to commit. Next, git stash pop. Got it now? Now, if you observe that one git stash list, see, always 0 until last git stash pop command. Okay. Now, if you observe this one, let me show you that git stash show stash 2, whatever we are having inside. See, I think here also same one file. In the stash memory 2, we are having one file. Now, git stash 1. Okay, git stash 0 at present, nothing, because maybe those files are inside that stash ID, maybe those untracked files. So that reason git not showing that untracked files in the stash memory. If we want to see what we have to do, we need to pop out that. Okay. Now, again I am sending to git stash. See, now git status, git stash. I am sending this one. Sorry, git stash -u, because those are the untracked files, no? Sorry, git stash list. Now already I told that, no, there is no first in first out. Here no first in first out. Okay, only one entry. That's a forward entry, that is a reverse entry. You got it now? We can forward how much we want. Okay. Continuously you can forward, but it won't come out which one enter into the first in. Okay. That first in not having first out. Okay. That should come back to in reverse order. Okay. Now you know that what is the pop command? Git stash pop. Now if we want to call back the particular stash ID, git stash pop stash ID. Stash ID, which one? For example, I want to pop out 1. Inside that pop out, in the pop ID, stash ID 1, we are having untracked files. I want to work with those untracked files. See? Okay. Now you can see that git status. What is the problem? You got it now? Now, so which one we have applied? 1. Now, 1 came out from the stash memory. Now the stash ID 2 becomes 1. Stash ID 3 becomes 2. Okay. Total 0 plus 2 IDs still we are having. Git stash list like this. You got it now? So that is the custom. This is the custom pop out. Got it now? So if you want to first in last out method, what you have to do? Git stash pop, git stash pop, git stash pop. Got it now? So you can apply like that. Or else, if you want to continue with the previous stash IDs in the stash memory without pop out, you can apply the particular git stash pop, the stash ID. You got it now? Now, if you don't have any kind of requirement with the stashed files, you got it now? If you don't have any kind of requirement with the stashed files, if you want to delete the stash ID, keep in mind, whenever you are going to deleting stash ID, for that time how many files are located in the stash memory, those all files will be deleted. Got it now? Those files will delete. But keep in mind, if it is first time, if any file placed in stash memory as a first, I mean that if it is a new file, imagine it. Now what I am doing that, just let me git stash. So these are the new files. These are the new files. Okay, we didn't commit. Now what I am doing that, git stash, sorry, hyphen u, git stash list. Now this is the latest one. Inside this we are having untracked files. Maybe the untracked files also having content. Maybe. Okay, with the content or without content, whatever it may be. But it is first time. It's a new file. It's a new file. Even if you place in the staging also as a new file. Okay, that is also. Now what I am doing that, git stash drop. Git stash drop is a command. That command used for to delete the stash ID 0. This command works on default stash ID. What is the default stash ID? 0. Okay, same like that. How the git stash pop command works, same like that it works on stash ID 0. It will delete that ID. So when the stash drop command going to deleting ID, for the time how many files are in stash ID, those all files will be deleted. Got it now? So be careful while applying this command. Now I am applying that one. Yes, left, no more files. Now you can see that git stash list only 3. Now if you observe this one, git stash show stash 0. Now you can maybe that is also untracked file. That is also untracked file. Yes, let me show you that git stash pop. Sorry. See. But what about these files? No more these files. Okay, they have deleted. Okay, those files are gone. Got it now. Be careful. Be careful. Okay. Now, git stash list. Still we are having two more. If you want to remove, if you want to clear at a time the entire stash memory. Okay. But I am not sure. I am not sure whenever you are going to applying this command. Okay. Are you having important files or not? I am not sure about that in real time. But I am saying that example, there is a command. So on which cases we can use this command. That depends on you that. If you have that important file, you should not apply this one. Okay. Yes. Git stash clear. Be careful. Not only one ID. The clear command works that entire stash. Entire stash it will. No more files in the stash memory. Git stash list. Even for the time, if we have any new files, see whatever we are having created new files. Those all are left from the system. But here one advantage, whatever we have deleted, the deleted files will come back. You can see that file 1 and file 2 also. Still we are having. But we have deleted one file. Initially we have deleted. Where that? New file. Still we are having file 2. We have modified this one. And we have deleted file 2. Still we are having. That is one advantage here. But a disadvantage. So whatever we have modified, the data will be deleted, and whatever we have created new files, those files will be deleted. For example, now git status. See, still we are having one new file. That's untracked file. Now, so where is that? Yes, even we are having content also. So we are having this content. Now git stash -u, that is untracked file now. Yes, now git stash list. So we are having. So here, see now the file is not available in this. So where is that file? The file not available in this list, normal list. So before sending into stash, hello Ravi. Now you can see. Now where is that file? The file in the stash memory. If you call back that, it will come into working tree. Then you can add and you can do whatever you want. Yes, then you can commit. But now the file is located in the stash memory. Now if you apply that git stash clear, no more git stash list, empty list, and the file also not there. See, be careful with this command. Got it now guys? Okay. Git stash drop to delete only particular stash ID. If you want to delete particular stash ID, just imagine it. So touch git status git add, git status, okay, git stash. Just I'm applying that. Now the only staged files only eligible. Now git stash list, git stash show stash 0. See, file 1 and file 2. File 1 and file 2. Next, git add, git status. Now stash. Now we are having two stash IDs. Next, git stash -u, git stash list. If I want to delete particular stash, instead of git stash drop, instead of git stash clear, so we have applied that. If we want to pop out the particular stash ID, git stash pop stash ID. Okay, out of the files, out of the stash IDs, if we want to pop out the particular stash ID, okay, yes, we can apply that git stash pop stash ID. Like that here also, git stash drop stash ID. Which stash ID you want? For example, if I want to 1, if I want to 1, yes, 1 was deleted, has been deleted, but 2 becomes, still we are having 1, but 2 becomes 1. Now the 2 stash ID list, in the IDs list, there is no 2 because we have deleted 1. The 2 became 1. Okay, but inside that ID 1, files are different. Got it? Like this you can do this. So now you got it now? Git stash so what we git stash pop stash ID particular, if we want to stash particular one. Okay, next git stash show command over now. Yes, here we are having git stash show stash ID. Next git stash drop. Okay, git stash drop stash ID. Yes. Okay. If you want delete the particular stash ID. Git stash clear, but here very careful. Okay. Next one more. Git stash -u. Git stash -u for what? To add the untracked files into stash memory. So not only this one, we are having some more commands. Try to practice. Okay, I'll show you that. What is that? Our URL. See, this is the stash memory structure. Okay, it's complete. It is designed by me only. Okay, I have prepared this one. And what is the stash memory? How it works? So we are having the commands. Okay, list all, git stash IDs, create stash IDs, specific file. Okay, next to stash untracked files. We can already we saw that how to we can stash untracked files and stash specific branch also we didn't discuss. You can go through this one and list all stash IDs. We saw that. Okay, apply git stashes. So we didn't you can do that very simple. And we saw this one, git pop git stashes and git show git stash. The difference also you can apply that git stash, git diff stash IDs. You can apply that. There is a okay, and we saw that how to drop okay all stashes using clear command. We saw that git stash drop, stash ID, git stash clear. Okay, please try to practice this one. Already yes, I have shown on a particular one each and every command. So I have shown you that. Try to practice this one. So there is one example also. Okay, I have given example also. Whatever you are seeing that screenshot, that is the example one. Okay, if you have any doubt, if you have any problem here, you can see this one. The same command I have implemented practically, and after that I have taken the screenshot and placed it into this site. Okay, please go through this one. But don't try to get on this all because it's still under process. I didn't develop on each and every command. Okay, clear guys? Try to see this, see how we can untrack each and every one. Git stash -u for what? Untracked. Okay, stash in a specific branch. If you want to stash only the specific branch, you can apply that git stash the branch name. Git stash branch name. What it will do that? The entire branch will move to stash memory. Okay, like that. Git stash branch, the branch name. Okay, so try to do this practical. Try to finish this one. Okay, even git stash branch. Okay, so that's a stash 0. Okay, so you try to see that everyone. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay, no? Okay, thank you guys. So that's all in this class. So try to practice. Okay, please let me know if you have any doubt. Okay, we don't worry about this one. I'll clear that explanation. We will go for next step. Okay, next concept. So actually I planned to finish yesterday only that and Git, but it's forwarding. Okay, of course I have taken that huge examples and in depth we have taken that. Okay, that's the problem for not finishing.